Hi comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. And today I'm just going to share with you one of the things that I like about Alan Class comics. So these are the comics produced between 1959 and 1989. Effectively they're reprints of American comics for the UK market. I particularly like collecting the pre-decimalisation ones that are marked up as a shilling. Now, one of the things I like is that there's nothing on this that tells me what year it was produced. There's nothing on the cover that tells me who the artist is or who's written the stories or even what stories are going to be in here. And sometimes the cover does not reflect what's in the comic. So whenever I look at a Alan Class comic, I like doing the detective work on it, like finding out where this cover originally appeared, who the artist is, and what are the other stories in this comic. So this one I won in. I've just cleaned and pressed this, and it's come up pretty well. I mean, it's as with a lot of Alan Class comics, it's not got a perfect spine, but it's quite nice. It's flat. It lies flat. There's a bit of chipping along the top cover, but it's in pretty nice and there's a crease down here, but it's in pretty nice presentable condition. So as I said, I got this in a lot from a charity auction a couple of months ago. I got a lot of them and I'm just gradually working my way through them. So this one is Secrets of the Unknown 63, and when I sat down and looked at this, I didn't know much about it. There's nothing on the cover that tells me who the artist is or what comic this has come from. So let's just show you the type of thing I do to try and find out. Now, first of all, the year this was probably produced. So we're talking, this is number 63. Now, I know that Secrets of the Unknown, I think it started printing in 1961. So assuming 12 issues a year, and that's not always true for Alan Class, but let's assume 12 issues a year. This is probably something like 1966, 1967 that this was published. Okay, then let's take a look on the inside and see if we can find out any more. So we've got, it's called The Enchanted Planet. So the cover is the first story, which is always nice. And, okay, yeah. If you look at this first panel here, you can see that we have got the artist name, and it is Steve Ditko. Okay, I'm not sure you can see that on there. Maybe if I hold it up a bit. I don't want to damage the book. It's relatively fragile. No, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, take my word for it. It says Steve Ditko there. So what I then did, having got the name of the artist and the name of the story, I typed in Enchanted Planet into Google. I typed in Steve Ditko Enchanted Planet. Now I'm going to switch to the view on my computer. So first off, we've got here, you can see this is Go Collect, okay, which is the main tool I use for valuing and indexing my comics. Now, actually, Go Collect does allow you to list Secrets of the Unknown. But as you can see, the amount of information it's got is fairly scant. And not all the issues even have images. So if we look at Secrets of the Unknown 63, it's telling us nothing. It just says year unknown, and there's no photos at all. So I will actually scan this, both front and back covers, and I will put them into my information on here. And I'm gradually going to index all my Secrets of the Unknown here on Go Collect, but it's not telling me anything very useful. So when I typed in Steve Ditko Enchanted Planet, I came up with this. Get rid of that. So it's somebody called Rip Jagger's Dojo, and we've got the Enchanted Planet exclamation mark. And here we go, we've got the original comic here. It says the charming 1959 Steve Ditko cover for Space Adventures 31. Above is at once colourful and attractive. It's part of a typically busy Charlton design, so it's a Charlton comic, so we can see that from the period, and it turns out the artwork is cobbled together from 2 different pages in the story. It promotes, entitled The Enchanted Planet. Okay, so we now know that this first story here is from Space Adventures 31 from 1959. So that's relatively early Ditko. It's pre-Marvel. It's pre any of his Marvel stuff. So that's great. Okay, the next thing I do, so I've found out something about this. So then we can, in fact, one of the things I haven't done yet, and let's do that, is let's go back to Go Collect and type in Space Adventures 31 and see what it says about that. Here we go. Space Adventures 31. And there we have it. It shows it. 1959, Space Adventures 31. Only been 5 sales. Yeah, and there's only the census only has 7 copies. Okay, right. So let's I'm now going to go to what I find is one of the best sources of information for Alan Class comics, and that is the global database, Comics Global Database. And on this you can see, you can go and search for Secrets of the Unknown, and it shows you all the Secrets of the Unknown. Yeah, so it was 1962, so we're probably 67 to 68 here, and it shows you the ones that it's got information on. So number 63 is actually one of the ones it's got indexed. So if we click on that, it tells you. Now this also says it's the Enchanted Planet by Steve Ditko, and it comes from Space Adventures 31. What it also does is it lists the other stories. So the first story is The Enchanted Planet, maybe script by Joe Gill. As we saw it, signed by Steve Ditko. And usually what happens is Alan will usually reprint just an entire comic, but here he's actually got stories from different comics. So the second story, People on Earth That's Crazy, comes from Unknown Worlds 42. Script by Richard Hughes and art by Chick Stone. And you can see we can go through here, and I got a nice little surprise when I went down through this, because here we go. One of the stories in here is The Impossible Man, script by Stan Lee, pencils by Jack Kirby, inks by Dick Ayres, and letters by Artie Simek, and it's Fantastic Four number 11. So I'm just going to see if I can find that in here. So we have got a reprint of Fantastic Four 11 in here. Unfortunately, it wasn't on the cover, which is a shame, because if it was, this would be worth a lot more money. So I'm just going to see if here we go. I'm going to go back to the camera, and there we have it. In this comic, and I had not known this was in here. And this is one of the great things about these Alan Class comics. They constantly provide little surprises. So we've got at last the Fantastic Four meet a foe whose power is even greater than theirs. Here is Impossible Man. And we've got story, Stan Lee, art, Jack Kirby, inking, Dick Ayres, lettering, Art Simak. And then we've got little circles with each of the Fantastic Fours, and then we've got the whole story in here. Of course, it's in black and white, because Alan Class is in black and white, but the artwork here, you know, by Jack Kirby, works really, really well in black and white. You know, superb lettering, lovely story in really nice condition, in full. So of course, Fantastic Four number 11, I presume that would have been about 1962 or 63 or something. So this comic's probably 66 or 67. So this reprint is probably 4 or 5 years after the original came out. You know, when I got this comic out and pressed it, I did not realise it had a Fantastic Four number 11 full reprint in it. Very exciting. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and here's the rest of the comic. It's, you know, some of the pages are slightly loose. These square bound covers are very sensitive. And the cover for Alan Class, I can tell you, that's actually pretty clean back cover. So I'm very delighted with my detective work on Secrets of the Unknown, number 63. I'm going to scan that now, put my pictures into Go Collect. I don't know if they use these pictures and then put them up as their own. I hope they do, because it's nice to provide full information from everybody. So there we go. Secrets of the Unknown. On the front cover, we've got Steve Ditko artwork. Inside, we've got Jack Kirby artwork, Stan Lee story, and a reproduction of Fantastic Four number 11. Fantastic. Enough said.